Have you seen those beautiful die sets that create a pop-up mechanism inside of your card where you can put flowers and make it into a bunch of flowers? Today I'll show you 2 different ways to recreate that without needing any special dies. I did speed up this video in a few sections to the high heavens, which is because like here I'm just coloring and you can color your die cuts or your images, the ones you choose to use however you want. I am choosing to use die cuts that I already had, dies that I already have in my stash, but you can use whatever you have. If you have stamps, you can stamp them and fussy cut around them. Maybe you already have a die cut book that you can just pop up the images and use them. Or if you have like the Pink Fresh Studio, the dies and washi tapes, you can use those as well. Just use whatever you have in your stash. I usually go through my stash, I see what pieces, what product I have that I can use with the ideas that I have, and I encourage you to do the same. That way you always be using your products more than once, and you find new ways to use them, and you don't have to buy the same stuff that I have to recreate it to the letter. Just make it your own, use what you have, and use your creativity to make it work for you. I am coloring these flowers. I decorated them out of very light creamy cardstock or very light yellow, and I am coloring them the color I need to use for my card. The first ones I colored with Copic markers, and I colored green, yellow, and pink, and I will do the same for the other ones. As I'm telling you, I already had a box full of little die cuts of butterflies and a few other flowers. I actually didn't bring all of my Spellbinders flowers die sets, so I only have maybe 1 or 2 here with me, and I'm making them work for me every time I need a card and I need to use them. The Spellbinder ones are the ones that I have that have like the smaller flowers, and the bigger flowers I have them from other brands. I did also color the back of these die cuts because I didn't want them to look different colors front and back. But the other ones, they were die cut from colored cardstock, and I just left them the way they were. It doesn't matter, you won't be able to see it that much once the card is done. And the other thing that you need to keep in mind is that if you are using die cut, you need the ones that are less dimensional. I also chose that leaf die from Simon Says Them because it die cuts a lot of them, and I can cut it into smaller sections and use them separately. Now I'm just cutting some very thin strips of green cardstock, and I'm going to use them as the stem for my smaller flowers, the ones from Spellbinders that I already had die cut in my stash, and that will help me out when I have to organize my bunch. I also used yellow colored cardstock for the centers. Now that I have all my smaller elements ready to go, I'm going to start prepping my card. For the first one, we're going to need 2 card bases. I'm here using just a piece of printing paper to show you what we're going to do. You need to fold it in the middle, in the center. And for both my cards, I'm doing them in portrait orientation, just because it's going to give me more space to arrange the flowers and the kind of bunch. I am marking where half of my height is, and then I'm marking also a little bit of space from the very bottom. I'm gonna draw here kind of a triangle, and this has no measurement, folks. Absolutely no measurement. You can make it as wide or as narrow as you want. It's just to give you some guidance on how big you want the bunch that is holding the flowers to be. And I am eyeballing the whole thing. Here's what I got. Here's what I did. You only really need to cut that line that is parallel to the bottom of the card base, and then you're gonna fold it. I do fold it left and right. I fold it in both directions, and I reinforce that fold with my bone folder. And then we're gonna open the card base, and we're gonna pop that in and fold them inwards. I hope that makes sense. So once you open that, you will see the shape that it's gonna have. If you don't like it, I suggest that you do try this first on copy paper, like I'm doing here, because if you don't like it, you can just make another one without wasting your cardstock. I am very happy with how it turned out. This one is narrower. For the second card, I'm gonna have a wider bunch, and I'm gonna show you that later. Here are the 2 colors that I want to use. This lighter one is the one I want to use on the inside. So I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna create the center crease, the center fold, and I'm gonna use here the printing paper as a template. I'm just gonna mark the beginning and the end of that straight line, and then the very bottom of my triangle. So I'm gonna just mark the 3 points that I need to make that triangle. I'm gonna cut the 2 points here into a line, and then I'm gonna fold like I did before. but then I don't really need to erase anything because this is going to be the back of my mechanism and no one is going to see that. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing as I did before. I'm going to fold it back and forth, reinforce those core lines, open it, pop it in and fold it and make sure that everything is how I like it. After this, you can just decorate it however you want. And I'm using flowers once again, but you could use anything you want here. You can make this into an ice cream. You could color the popped up triangle on the inside part and make it different from your panel. You could add a bow. You just need to pierce the two holes beside those triangles and run either ribbon or twine and tie it into a bowl. You can actually do so much to customize this and make it look different. And this is just an idea, a very basic idea, but you could use it for many other things. Just be creative and make it your own. My mom and my mother-in-law, they both love flowers, so I thought that a card with flowers on the inside would be a great idea for the two of them, since I'm making the two of them into Mother's Day cards. And you can actually use it for many different ideas. I'm sure that if you look it up on YouTube or Google, you will find different ideas of how to use the same mechanism that I'm showing you today. I love flowers. They actually hate me. They tend to die around me, like I find it so rude. But yeah, my mom, on the other hand, has a green thumb. So we all love flowers. But this is the closest I can get to actually having flowers. One thing you can notice that I'm doing here, I'm speeding this up once again, is that I'm going to close the card several times as the flowers start going up to make sure that once the mechanism is closed, nothing is peeking out. So that's the only thing you need to be careful about. That's the only thing you need to pay attention to, because sometimes it's too long and once you close it, it will be coming out of your mechanism. Now, for me, it's kind of ready, the flower part at least. So I'm going to fold my card base and glue the mechanism inside of my card base. I chose a darker color for the card base. You could choose, if you have 80-pound cardstock, you could use 80-pound for the inner sections, both flowers and the other smaller card base. Mine is a bit shorter because they're two different sizes of cardstock. One is letter size and the other one is actually A4. That's why I have a kind of a border left in the end. I'm just gonna glue that. So I glued one side and then I added glue to the next side and I glued them as close to the fold, the center fold, as I could. And now I'm just adding some butterflies on the inside. The outside, you can decorate however you want to. I kept it simple, very, very simple. I always try to list the products that I use on my videos on the information box down below, so you can check them out if you want to see what I'm using, but I'm not participating in any affiliate programs. The ones that you can offer the link and the person can click on the link and buy the products. If you are interested in something like that, please let me know and I'll try my best to see if I can join the affiliate programs and offer you the links as well. And here I'm trying to cut down a panel so I can decorate my front. Again, there are no measurements. I made it kind of half an inch smaller on each side than the front of my card. I ran it through one of those dotted plates to give it some detail, and I'm just gonna glue one sunflower, a few leaves, and my sentiment. My sentiment for this one is mom, because I tried to write mama and I couldn't fit with the alphabet I chose, so I changed gears. I can always save the letter A's. I use them a lot. They will be useful in the future. I keep them with the packaging for the alphabet. I also rounded up my corners, but you could use an oval or any other shapes that you have in your stash. I didn't show this on screen, but I added some dimensional adhesive behind my sunflower and behind my letters as well because I wanted them popped up. I love dimension on my cards. Now I'm just adding some butterflies. They were die cut from iridescent vellum. I think they add a tiny bit of color and detail and shine, and I think it looks so sweet that I tried to make the second one exactly like the first one. I just changed the color from that kind of dark teal to navy. So to write my sentiment on the second card, I'm probably gonna need either a white gel pen or a metallic one, but I don't mind. And we are using only one card base for the second card. We need to fold it in half just like we did before. And here I have a lighter piece of scrap cardstock. Again, try to use a lighter weight one if you can. I just find that the heavier weight kind of mark the front panel once you glue it. That's the only thing it bothers me a little. If you don't have another option, by all means use that. In this case, I believe that my inner mechanism is actually heavier weight than the outer panel. I am just folding that scrap kind of in half, and I am going to die cut a line here, just like I did, a parallel line like I did for my triangle, and I'm gonna fold it into a triangle. So it's doubled up. Remember that it's doubled. There are two layers here. I'm gonna fold them back and forth, just like we've done three times now, twice before. And then I am going to cut a tab after that triangle. So I'm just gonna cut it, like eyeball it again, no measurements. And then this is going to be my mechanism, and I'm going to glue it inside my card base. Now I'm seeing that the bottom here is overlapping. I'm going to try to trim that down, because if they overlap once I glue them down, the mechanism is not going to work well. You don't want those tabs to overlap. So now it looks way better, and I'm just going to trim the top because I don't want the tab showing from the top either. It's just those small adjustments, and again, there is no measurement. And once you have this one, you can make it either more closed, like narrower, or wider. And it just depends on how you glue it down. You're gonna glue it lining up the center line with the center line of your card base. So the center line of your mechanism has to line up with the center line of your card base. Again, because it's just a separate piece, you can place it up or down inside of your card base however you want. But I'm gonna add glue to one side, place it down, eyeball it, calculate how I want it to be, where I want it to be. And then once I'm happy with that and I give a few seconds for the glue to dry, I am going to glue the other side. I'm going to make a huge mistake here when I glue the other side. Okay, it's not huge, I'm exaggerating. But you see how I'm going to fix it as well. I'm going to add the glue and just put it down. I shouldn't have done that. I should have folded in half and used the left side of my card base to pick it up and lift it, because then it will be placed right in the middle. Because I decided to eyeball like I do everything else, it's not gonna fold when I try to fold my card base. It's not gonna fold properly. I'm gonna have to lift it and place it again correctly this time. I'll press it down with a bond folder, and then I'm gonna have a big blob of glue on the inside. Because I'm using my clear glue, I could actually remove it with an adhesive eraser. I don't think that works with white glue, your regular white glue, but it did work for me, at least for this card. With this cardstock and this adhesive, it did work. So I managed to use an adhesive eraser and remove everything. Now I'm just gonna decorate it. I'm speeding this up a lot once again, because you've seen me doing this before. You can reduce the speed of your video on YouTube if you want to. So you just change the velocity, and you can see it in detail if you want to, and you can slow it down, but you can just arrange the flowers however you want. I'm sure your flowers will be different than mine, and you can use whatever you have in your stash, as I always encourage you to do. For the first option, we used a full card size panel, card base panel, on the inside to create our mechanism, and this one we just used the scrap. Those are the two different options, and this one actually allows for you to adapt and make the center pop-up element wider or narrower as you like, and you can do that as you go. The first one, you will have to actually create it, like calculate it beforehand. It's not that flexible in the sense that you will have to restart it from scratch if you want to change the width of your wrap, of your paper wrap. That's why I'm calling that pop-up element the triangular piece. And now all you have to do is decorate the front. Like I said before, I tried to make it exactly like the other one because I loved it. I loved how it turned out. And that also saves me some time. because I liked it and I don't have to guess or figure out another way to do it. It saves me a lot of time. Here I'm using 2 acrylic blocks to hold that card open while I glue my butterflies. It just makes it easier because then I have both hands free. This design still leaves me a lot of space on the inside to write my personal message, but you could also add a pop-up banner and add an inner sentiment if you want to, if you feel like it. Here are the final results. To see the inside of that pop-up mechanism, you have to really tilt it. I guess if you want to inspect the cards, you could do that and maybe it wouldn't look as nice, but then you can also cut a smaller triangle and hide the seams. They look perfect from the inside as well. If you like this idea, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to reach 2,000 subscribers, and I'll leave a link for my other interactive cards. Thank you. Bye.